Welcome to Watch Symposium. I'm Austin. All right, so I'm in Fukuoka. I'm actually going into the city today by myself. So, all right, so I've been wearing the GMT Master 2. How do I like it? Well, I don't know if it's just a bit of honeymoon period after not wearing it for months, but yesterday I was thinking I could become a one watch guy with this watch. I absolutely love it. Ask me in a couple months. Maybe it'll the novelty will wear off. Of course it would. I mean, you know that saying, show me a beautiful girl, I'll show you a guy who's tired of screwing her. So same thing with watches. Now, I'm actually going to catch the bus into the city, and you can probably tell what time the bus is coming. 47 past the hour. I've got it marked with my bezel, so one of the many uses of the GMT Master 2. So what am I going to do in the city? Well, I guess go to watch shops. Anyway, we'll see what we can find. Hopefully I don't find any good deals. That would really be an unfortunate thing for my wife. But a good deal is a good deal. All right, guys, you can see the bus is a little late, but here it is now.
Tenjin 4丁目に14時16分、中洲14時17、呉服町14時20分、終点博多バスターミナルに14時25分の到着予定です。
Baseball stadium. I think the team is the SoftBank Hawks, so I've been there a few times. That's a shipyard. All right, so here I am in the center of Fukuoka City, which is known as Tenjin. And I'll just pan around so you can see behind me. Tenjin, it's walkable, very walkable. Sort of the main drag of Tenjin starts about where I am, right behind me. And it goes on straight that way. So we'll go around to some watch stores. I don't know how much I can film in the watch stores inside. We'll see. It's interesting being back. I mean, it's been, I'd say, less than a year since I moved, and it's weird. It's weird being back. I mean, I've been to so many of these shops, and if my footprints of the places I've been here were red paint. This area would just be covered in red paint, and up and down these streets and in these stores. I've seen stores come and go here. Got married here. My children were born here. I've lived, well over 10 years here. So a lot of history. I had this end here from Tokyo. Anyway, just kind of expressing the weirdness of being back. All right, guys, I don't know if you can see the Rolex sign behind me. That's the Rolex Service Center, which you enter, and then the entrance right behind me. That's where I had my watches serviced. I almost feel like dropping by, but it's not like I had any deep connection with the people there. I guess I could always drop by and check out Rolex magazine. They have magazines there. You can't film inside, but I could go in and I could just have a seat and I could look at the magazines, which would be weird as can be, because it's just a counter with seats and magazines if I just went in there and just to browse the magazines. I'm not going to do it. But anyway, that's the service center in Fukuoka. And the watches are actually sent to Tokyo. So I've not been to the Tokyo Rolex service center, but that's the big one. That's the big deal where they actually serviced, this thing and the other two. I've got to check it out sometime. I want to check it out sometime. There's a purchase I want to make there. Any idea what? All right, so Rolex Service Center Fukuoka. Good to see you. Guys, used camera stuff. Lenses. I used to come here all the time, but yeah, my interest in cameras, well, it's kind of waned a bit. I think I have everything I need camera-wise, but I used to love this place. All right, here's another part of Tenjin. As you can see, it's pretty busy with shoppers, department stores all around. Maybe even an AD. I might go in and check out the watches. I think there might be one. Yeah, one of these stores probably has one. Anyway, right down the street here is the first stop on our pre-owned Rolex tour. Right, it's the shop right here. They got a new sign. It used to be a big Rolex. It was some sort of steel sports model. But we'll check this place out. All right, that was surprising. I could actually take footage inside. What I did was I said in Japanese, to remember the prices, can I take a picture? And the guy said yes. and then I started taking video footage, which, hey, good. So let's see, what was surprising in there? Now, obviously you'll see the footage and you can pause it and check the prices, and I didn't want to linger on them too long, and I didn't want to give a narration, but they had a Daytona. They had a ceramic Daytona, and they also had the steel bezeled Daytona as well. 17,000 yen, if my memory serves me correctly, for the steel bezeled one, and what was it? Sorry, $17,000 more or less. Yen wise, what is it like? I get my yen all mixed up. So many damn zeros there. But anyway, I'll try to give these in like dollars. You have to do the exchange rate, but I always try to remember 100 yen is a dollar. That's not always correct, and it goes up and down, but yeah, the steel bezel Daytona, 17,000, give or take quite a bit depending on the exchange rate, and the ceramic Daytona would equate to about like maybe 22,000. That can't be right, because that's actually a really good deal. And in fact, when I saw it, I was sort of surprised. I mean, that was seemed to be a good deal for that Daytona, assuming you wanted to resell it and you could find a buyer. Not a lot of people are looking to buy a $20,000 watch, but that's kind of cool. I think that's the first ceramic Daytona I've seen in the flesh. They also had, as you could see in the video footage, or as you will see in the video footage, a Batman, $12,000, I want to say. Maybe I should say it in yen. I don't know. No, I'll say it in dollars. Just easier for everybody. But again, you're gonna have to recheck my calculations, because I couldn't tell you what the yen is worth at the moment. But I tell you what, if the dollar is weak and the yen is strong, then that's a great price for that Daytona. Somebody could really make money if they were to take it abroad and sell it. All right, on to the next place. All right, guys, next is Alex, and they have a lot of pre-owned antique pieces. All right, so what did you guys think of that oyster quartz two-tone? If you saw the price, it was approaching $5,000, and I've seen it for a lot less. Now, granted, that is, there's gold in that model, but I've seen an oyster quartz for, I want to say, it could have been the steel version. I wasn't seriously thinking about it, but I asked her if I could take a picture of it to remember the price. The Patek that I got a little bit of footage of, that was redialed. So I want to say it was for like $15,000. Yeah, it's generally an overpriced store, but still cool to check out things. And that's an amazing Explorer. Not for sale, so definitely a cool Explorer. All right, these girls are laughing next to me, laughing at my vlogging. Anyway, next store is right here. This store right here. So let's go in and see. All right, so right behind me is Daimaru. There's an AD in Daimaru. I might drop by and see what they have, but hopefully you enjoyed seeing that white sub on my wrist. That was, it's known as a white sub, and it's got the plastic crystal. That was about $18,000. Beautiful piece. Now that particular version, the bezel was locked up on it. I tried to rotate the bezel, and the guy tried to rotate the bezel and couldn't do it. So even if I had 18 grand and really wanted a white sub, I would avoid that one. I don't know, the bezel could be bent. I'm not really sure what's up with it, but no rotating bezel on a sub. You can't have that. As for the Milgauss, that's kind of an interesting piece. $30,000+, 80s piece, and rare, and that's for the price. That accounts for the price, I should say. Not my cup of tea. Pretty, cool, but not beautiful in the way, you know, those old vintage subs are. Also in that store were some GMTs like I have. One GMT like I have. It was the same as this, but with a solid in-link bracelet, and it was $12,000+. I couldn't believe it. And I asked the guy, I was like, these are really increasing in price, and he kind of shrugged and didn't really have a good answer as to why, but I think, you know, everybody knows because you can't get them anymore. And they had a Coke that was similarly priced. So yeah, the GMTs are shooting up. Glad I got on the GMT wagon while I could. I don't think they're not going to get any cheaper in the future, that's for sure, unless, like, you know, world crisis happens. Also, you know, that was GMT root beer. There was one with a nipple dial, one without, $14,000. Yeah, cool stuff. Beautiful, beautiful watches. And what else? You'll probably see in that footage President Gold with the bark bracelet, which is interesting. Yeah, I can't say I'm partial to the bark, but look, I mean, I could get used to it. But it is, as Archie has said, sort of a dated look. Anyway, on to the next place. Are you guys sick of watches yet? Alright guys, so what did you think of that two-tone? Nah, two-tone's not my style. I really couldn't do it. I'd much rather go a totally steel piece. No steel sports watches at all at that AD. I got to try out the bezel. You know, I prefer the 120 clicks, but I gotta say the quality of the bezel was amazing. The way it just thumped into place. Beautiful. The 24 click bezel is awesome. You just can't use it the same way. If you were to get a BLNR there, the Batman, it would cost you 918,000 yen. 50,000 cheaper for the all black. But they don't have them. And I asked if they had sold any, and she said yes. I said, how long was it out? They don't take a list. They don't take names. They just put it out, and it sells when it sells. It took 1 day to sell. So BLNRs are tough to get. All right, this is a park in Fukuoka, and that building is the Across building. They have performances in there and regular retail shops. You can walk up the terraced side, and of course, as you can see, there's a lot of plant life there. You can go to the top. It's kind of a famous building here in Fukuoka. And behind me is this hospital, and this is where my first daughter Sarah was born. So a lot of intense memories. Yeah, I was there for the birth. I mean, I took a picture of her when she was literally not even a second old. I tell you, man, childbirth is an intense experience. But I'm really glad I experienced it. I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I was in the room. And, well, we got exactly what we ordered, so that was a bonus too. So that's Sarah's hospital. All right, guys, so now we're gonna check this place out. Now, I'm in Nakatsu, which is the drinking district, and if this was 11 o'clock at night, this place would be so lit up you wouldn't believe it. And there'd be drunk people walking around, hostess bars, and this particular place, you can get watches here, but as you can see on the left side of that sign, you can also get alcohol. And I think what it is women at these hostess bars will be given this really expensive liqueur, and they'll go there and they'll sell it, and then you can drop by there and you can pick it up, sort of quote secondhand. Of course, it would be an unopened bottle. And I'm sure a fair few ladies' watches wind up there too. When drunk rich customers buy these young women jewelry, this is probably one of the places where they can go to cash it out. Right, guys, so as you can see, it's closed. That sort of attests to the late start of this area. I mean, it's almost 5 o'clock and that retail store is not even open yet. So it'll open, after 5. And I think we'll probably close 2 in the morning. So I guess the clientele it caters to, girls getting off work with goods that they received to hawk for cash. Drunk guys coming in after they've, boozed a lot and, are looking to spend some cash. Or I guess, before they go boozing, to get a brand name bag for, the girls who work at these hostess bars. And I guess they can, at least get it for cheap there, being like pre-owned, secondhand. Anyway, so we're not gonna be able to see that place today. Okay, guys, let's check out this place. Right, so that Explorer 1 was from 1996. it had a no-holes case, but a tritium dial, which is weird to me. I mean, my alarm bells would go off if this, if this was a GMT we were talking about, or a sub. Maybe they switched over to a non-holes case before they stopped using tritium with Explorer. I'm not sure. That's just weird to me. But they told me that that Explorer was original, but it's a shop person. I don't really think he knew. It looked a little bit. I could tell it had been polished, and the lugs were a little bit uneven. So still a beautiful piece, but I don't think I'd go for it. Also, that two-tone date just, really pretty gaudy, really gaudy dial, but sort of a competitive price on it, I think. But again, way too gaudy for me. Yeah, it was interesting. I guess it appeals to some people, but yeah, not I. Anyway, yeah, let's swing by another place, maybe. I mean, I think there's just like a few places I want to go. Just trying to decide what I want to do. It's just before 5 o'clock here, and I'll probably go back soon. This is Nakatsu Gawa. No, wait. What's the river's name? Nakagawa? But anyway, it's it's this area is Nakatsu, and to my left is the drinking establishments, and then if you were to follow this street straight behind me, that's when you would get to the pleasure district, where Archie would spend all of his time. All right, so I have a feeling this place that I checked before is not going to be open. But yeah, we'll just see. We'll just see. All right, so I waited until 5 o'clock. It opened, and what you're seeing up in the corner, that's the only Rolex they had. Really, it was the only good men's watch they had. The Hulk, as it's called, which it's a pretty watch. I don't like green enough for it. It's kind of expensive, 12 grand. I don't think you can get them anymore, so that explains the the price. But I do think that's a bit overpriced. In fact, I think you can get the Fat 4 version, which is like the crazy collectible version with the fatter 4. That's really the only difference. For, I want to say 18, not much more. I don't know. That's pretty crazy too. But just one Rolex there. But they did have Dom Perignon for 11,000 yen or 12,000 yen. So what is that, like $100 for Dom Perignon? I don't know what it sells for, but it's a better price than retail probably. All right, off to the last store, which I think is called Quirk. All right, that's the other side of the cross. Fukuoka. Nakatsu Kawabata on this side. The drinking district, entertainment district. And on the other side of the river, we're on the bridge right now, that would be to Tenjin. Alright guys, this is Quick Tea. Well, it used to be called Quickly. I guess they changed the name, I don't know why, but I think they still sell the same stuff, which is tapioca milk tea, this milk tea with tapioca balls in it. And that's like a Taiwan thing, so we'll stop and get some. Awesome stuff. It was better before. That's still pretty good, but it changed. Okay guys, that poster was as good as I could do. Quirk. Wow. Quirk got cool. They don't sell anything but Rolexes. New and pre-owned pieces, and I wish I could have filmed for you guys because a lot of good stuff. There was another ceramic Daytona, about $21,000, cheaper than the one that you guys saw before. 3 Batmans, a lot of vintage stuff. I mean, you know, a lot of, put it this way, I saw a lot of creamy tritium, a lot of it. Red Sub, Explorer 1016, GMTs with the, you know, the cream-colored indices. What is that called? Patina. Just, you know, the little 24-hour hands. I mean, just, you know, white sub like I tried on earlier. Just a lot of good pieces. A lot of really good pieces. You know, seeing and talking to the guy in there, it sort of makes me, and seeing the prices, yeah, did I mention that? Seeing the prices makes me realize that, you know, Rolex is just getting really expensive. I mean, the prices for used pieces are, they're getting unobtainable for me. You know, just a couple of years, I could squeeze in the game. I could squeeze in. But it's getting to be sort of impossible for me. Which is, you know, it's good that my pieces are increasing in value. That's good. But how do I feel about it? Well, you know, I guess I'm okay because I don't really want to get any more pieces. I mean, the pieces I'm interested in are pieces that are still affordable, like the Datejust, the modest, you know, humble steel Datejust. So, yeah, but as far as you know, the steel sports watches, at least here in Japan, man, prices are noticeably higher than just a couple of years ago. And I thought it was because of Christmas, but I don't think it is. I think it's because you just can't get the watches anymore. And there's just, you know, there's a limited number. They truly are the Bitcoin of the watch industry, Rolexes are. You know, when you see a watch that you got for $7,000 with a $12,000 price tag in just a couple of years, that's it's a good thing. It's a good thing. But yeah, I don't know. I should be really happy about it, but I don't know. I in a way, I wish the prices were a little bit more reasonable. I don't know why. It's like I don't want to buy. I don't want to buy anymore, but yeah, I don't know. But it is odd. All right, well, there it is. Fukuoka watch shopping. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I did. I gotta say, it was interesting shopping with the GMT Master 2. It gave me a lot of street cred, and you know, when I asked to try on pieces, and then I put this down, it was always, you know, something that came up. And you know, having already bought a Rolex, I think allowed me to do things like take pictures, and you know, they thought I was more legitimate than if I had you know, a cheaper watch, my Casio. So it was a good thing. Yeah, it's probably a wise idea to wear a good watch just for your confidence sake. Although who knows, they might not, you know, haggle as much if they know that, you know, you already have a Rolex. Maybe if you have the Casio, they might cut you some slack. I don't know. But anyway, take care. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.